Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really fun, healthy, and rather quick type of recipe that you can make for parties, or even just make this for yourself at home, for your family, and then you can assemble a nice sandwich using these Deli Halal meats that I like so much. In this case we're using the beef salami, but they have other ones like beef pastrami, roast beef, turkey breast, and chicken. And I like this. It's got a little bit of peppercorn in it, and but it's not too spicy or anything. The quality is great. And so what I'm going to do is sort of get, and you can just get any type of platter, big or small, and depending on how many ingredients you want to put on it. And then I'm just going to sort of portion out all these little ingredients or condiments that I have here. Some fresh tomatoes, some salad greens, and of course some rustic bread. And that way you have everything on the platter ready to go to sort of just make your own sandwich. Or people who don't want to have any bread, you can just, put this on the meat and put it on a plate and just eat it all together. So either way works, but here's just some recipe ideas and inspiration for you. So one of the first things I like, and this is a very sort of Italian, sort of Mediterranean inspired plate. You can do it very differently if you like, but this is just one way that I really like it. It goes well with the salami. So I have a little bit of pesto, because instead of mayonnaise or oils, you can just use this as sort of a way to moisten your sandwich or moisten the meat. And pesto is just made with lots of basil, some Parmesan cheese, and pine nuts all ground together, and some olive oil. So it's a really nice way to to put it on the bread or directly on the meat and just give it lots and lots of flavor. Another thing I like, and sometimes people don't think about putting capers on a sandwich, but you can. They're sour and small. Sometimes they do sell bigger caper berries, but I like the small ones for sandwiches. These are grown in Sicily. I know, like when I was there, they just come right off the bushes, and they're just really, really tiny. And they go well in pastas. They're a little bit salty, so you may want to just rinse these before you take them out of the jar. So that's the case with a lot of jarred products. So you just want to make sure that you get the flavor that you're looking for. So roasted peppers. I love roasted peppers on a sandwich. Now you could cut them, but these are nice and big, and that's great for just laying it right on the meat. So if you can just get them from a jar and then just keep them nice and big, that's fine. If you want to just, instead of lettuce or anything like that, you can just put a pepper down. And I like the roasted ones because they just have that like fiery kind of flavor to them, and that just tastes really good. So you can, and it also gives it some added texture and meatiness to the sandwich, and so that's really tasty. Okay, next we have some peppers, hot peppers. Now some people like these on a sandwich, and some people don't, but you might want to put them off to the side, but these are so delicious. Some people also buy like a jardiniere mix, which is really a mixture of peppers and carrots, in oil, and you can do that too, but this is just, something I like to keep on the side for all kinds of party platters. But these taste really, really good in a sandwich. And if you like hot stuff, then that's the way to go. Olives. I really like olives on the side, but I also like them in sandwiches. So you can just, and again, they're in a lot of brine, they're a little bit sour, and you can, just stick them right on, inside your sandwich. Or if you want, just cut them in half so that they have a little flatness to them. That's fine, whatever you like. Just think about how you want to eat this dish. Are you going to have it as a sandwich, or are you going to just sort of pick and choose and roll up the meat or something like that? However you want to eat it is how you should really make the platter. And then these little Cornishian cucumbers are really nice. They're basically small pickles, but I really like them because they add a little tartness to sandwiches. So I'm going to put those all over here and off to the side. So this one will actually be for like a lunch platter that I'm making. And I want my guests to really be able to have a lot to choose from. And so I'll put more olives here. And I'll put a knife off to the side, so if they want to cut anything, they can, but I'm just going to leave everything whole in case they just want to nibble. And you should probably have some toothpicks around, you know, so that people can just pick those up too, if they don't want anything on a sandwich. You know, this is sort of like, you know, your own personal buffet. And now I like fresh tomatoes. I mean, I really just feel like any sandwich should have fresh tomatoes. So I'm going to cut thick slices and just put them here. And I've got 3. Oh, and they smell really nice, so make sure you're getting really fresh, good quality tomatoes. You don't want any kind of mushy tomatoes in a sandwich. And so I never put my tomatoes in the fridge. They always sit out on the counter because when you put them in the fridge, they get mushy. So don't do that. And there, so that's nice and robust. Now I'm adding some salad greens, and I'm going to put the meat right on top of this. So you want platters, whenever you make them, you want them to be very full. You know, you want to be very generous. And here's some more pepper, so we'll just stick them up, these off to the side of the lettuce. You want everything to look nice and full and generous, and that's very appetizing when you do that. So I'm just going to open up the salami, and people also tend to feel less shy to eat when they feel like there's a whole bunch of meat on the platter. They don't feel like there's not enough to eat. So you want to just really make sure that people feel that there's enough and plenty. And it just, oh, the meat smells really, really good. Now you can roll it up if you like, or you can just lay it all onto the lettuce. But I think it looks nice if you roll it. You know, presentation is everything. So we're just gonna put that all here. It smells really, really nice. And then I could use some toothpicks here, which I'll get at the end. But you just want to make it easy for people to see what's here and to make a quick sandwich. And now, when it comes to the bread, I like to do a rustic bread because it just goes really well with this sort of Mediterranean or Italian theme. And let's see, if you don't have toothpicks, you can use small forks, which I did have here a second ago, or spoons, you know, little spoons like I use for making espresso or whatever. And just stick those off to the side. Nobody's going to be able to pick a caper with toothpicks, so you might want to use smaller spoons. And as I said, and maybe a knife just for the olives. And now let's get to the bread. And you'll want to put this maybe on a separate plate. You don't need a really big one because I'm going to cut this into small pieces, but you can do squares of bread, you can do slices of bread. I mean, just really whatever you're interested in. Sometimes people don't want to make sandwiches, but they want to have some bread with this kind of food. So it just becomes, you know, easier to eat that way. This is a really beautiful sourdough bread that I get from a local market, but you can certainly make your own too. And once you get it cut, these rustic breads, you know, just really want to kind of cut. Look how beautiful that is inside. It's nice and soft, and I've actually frozen this bread and then defrosted it because I just want to preserve. I bought many loaves of it, so I have it for parties like this. So, you know, big pieces, small pieces, whatever you desire. And, you know, I think these pieces are nice and thick, and you just really, let's see, we'll get a smaller knife to finish it off. There we go. Okay, so here you have, you give these really nice big pieces, and it's hard to have a sandwich with 2 slices, so maybe you want to just put some lettuce, some pesto, the meat on top, and have it like an open-faced sandwich. Or what you can do is cut this into smaller pieces and just make them into like appetizer style things that people just, want to dip into the pesto or just, sort of pair with the meat. It doesn't have to be a typical sandwich. And that's really pretty on the table. Everything looks very rustic and organic and fresh. And again, make everything full and make people feel like there's plenty of food to go around and they're not, just eating, there's not, not enough food. That's what I have learned, is that most of my guests, if they feel like there's not enough, they won't start taking things. So you really have to pack it in. And I think that's a sign of good hospitality too. So there you go. And that's it. It's so easy. Now, if you didn't want to do this for any kind of party, but you just wanted to do it for yourself to have at home, this could be, the bread could be cut later, but you could have this in the fridge. Just, make it all, wrap it up in some plastic wrap, and then you have a really quick snack. You have a really quick iftar, for people who are on the go and you just really need to eat something quick and leave for prayers or get back to work or something. This is a great way to have things ready and sort of assemble, rather than opening all the jars and not having enough time to sort of assemble things. Just do this ahead of time and you'll have a quick, healthy, and really easy way to eat and enjoy the Deli Halal meats that are just so delicious.